Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called Alkrem by Marta Pellizzesi and translated by Christopher Turner. This is the story of Theo, who, for all of his life, has thought of himself as an alchemist, growing up with his adopted father and living in Paris. But on his 13th birthday, he doesn't realize that everything is about to change. When that fateful day comes, he learns that he's not an alchemist after all. He's an Alkrem, part of a collection of people that has been persecuted for generations, and he has been let to survive only through the use of magic. So, as his 13th birthday comes to pass and he realizes his true identity, he can no longer live in the land that he has been living in, and he has to journey to the Alkrem who are still surviving to find any family he might have left and to learn the truth about who he is. This fantasy novel is really nice for fantasy readers because it is a standalone. So it doesn't have a series that follows. Everything is tied up into this one book. It takes place in Paris, so there's a lot of familiarity there as far as the landscape, but it is in a different reality. It has a lot of magic. It has kind of a caste system. The community is divided into various types and subgroups, and they also have animal familiars who can sometimes talk. So you have a lot of world building that has to take place at the beginning of the story to really anchor readers in what is happening in Theo's world. Because of that, the start of the book is a little bit slower because there is a lot of that foundation that has to be set. But as the momentum of the story begins picking up, readers who are fans of fantasy literature and adventure stories will fall into the narrative as it goes along. This particular edition is very hefty. It actually weighs a lot and the pages are fairly thick. So it has a really high quality feel to it. And you have some maps and illustrations at the beginning and also occasional illustrations throughout, which help to better comprehend the things that are happening, especially with signage and things like that. So this is best suited to confident middle grade readers. There's a lot of peril and danger that's woven into the story, so readers need to be a little bit more comfortable with that idea. And because of the complexity of the story too. So better for those confident readers. It's a dense book, but if readers are really into fantasy stories, they are going to love all of the interwoven elements of the storyline. So there's not a huge amount of white space, but it does move fairly quickly because you have a lot of dialogue. There are a lot of characters to keep track of too as you're going through the book. So readers might need a little bit more time just to really familiarize themselves with not only the locale and the setting, but also how the characters interact with one another. What's interesting is that this has been translated from Italian into English, but there's a lot of French language in the book because of its setting in Paris. So you have a lot of kind of multicultural elements, multilinguistic elements in the book, and some features that are going to be familiar for readers who enjoy stories like Harry Potter or Percy Jackson because of kind of the fantastical element of this book. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.